I want to remind you of the verse you did that made me want to quit rapping. Picture a perfect picture. Picture me in a pin pack. Picture me starting shit. Picture me busting my gap.
Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
I told you, I knew your dad for a long time. He did that shit. He guilty as fuck. Like him, what he did for me, you can't repay that.
Eminem just dropped why Diddy's sons are scared of 50 Cent. What initially appeared to be a bold step into a long-running feud quickly took on greater implications. The lyrics in question contained veiled references to federal investigations, notably a line implying that law enforcement raided the wrong property during a high-profile incident, suggesting that the actual events occurred at a neighboring estate, also linked to Sean Diddy Combs. King Combs escalated tensions further by reworking lyrics from 50 Cent's iconic track Many Men, a move interpreted not only as disrespectful but as a direct provocation. This wasn't just hip-hop rivalry, it seemed to indicate a deeper, more personal conflict simmering beneath the surface, one that could involve reputational risk, legal exposure, and family ties. The track reignited public scrutiny over past accusations and set in motion a chain of reactions from powerful figures, hinting that the feud had grown into something far more volatile than most anticipated. The response from Curtis 50 Cent Jackson was swift and, in typical fashion, laced with both strategic trolling and cryptic warnings. Known for his merciless social media presence, 50 wasted no time in retaliating, posting a series of controversial photos, subtle jabs, and loaded captions that framed the diss not just as disrespect, but as a miscalculation. He drew the public's attention to past behaviors and social connections, hinting that King Combs had entered a realm of conflict he was neither prepared for nor fully aware of. The rapper's online campaign served a dual purpose, discrediting his opponent and reinforcing a broader narrative that Diddy's inner circle, including his sons, were entangled in matters too complex and dangerous for casual confrontation. Meanwhile, Eminem's silence only fueled speculation, with fans interpreting it as the calm before a lyrical storm. 50's retorts went beyond music, suggesting that his rival's moves had awakened a force willing to expose the shadows of an industry known for protecting its own. As the digital war escalated, observers began to understand that this wasn't just a matter of pride, it was a calculated warning cloaked in entertainment. The situation took a significant turn with the reemergence of the Cassie Ventura lawsuit, in which the singer sued Diddy for $30 million, alleging serious misconduct and exploitation over a prolonged period. What shocked many wasn't just the nature of the claims, it was the lightning-fast settlement. Within 24 hours, the lawsuit was resolved, prompting a wave of speculation across social media and traditional news outlets. Curtis Jackson seized on the moment, using it to imply that Diddy was scrambling to prevent further information from becoming public. The speed of the settlement suggested, to some, a sense of desperation, as if there were details too damaging to risk being scrutinized in court. 50 Cent's commentary fueled this narrative, framing the lawsuit not as an isolated incident, but as one thread in a much larger web of cover-ups, payoffs, and image management. With the public already primed by recent drama, this episode seemed to confirm suspicions that behind Diddy's empire lies a turbulent foundation, one that might not withstand the scrutiny of legal and cultural examination. Amid rising tension, 50 Cent made a dramatic announcement. He was producing a documentary aimed directly at Diddy. Far from being speculative entertainment, this project was described as an exposé packed with serious allegations, behind-the-scenes revelations, and testimonies from former associates. One leaked clip from the film features Mark Curry, a former bad boy artist, claiming that Diddy instructed his crew not to drink from certain bottles at parties, implying deliberate contamination or manipulation. These allegations quickly gained traction online, particularly among those who had long suspected that the entertainment industry's elite circles protected questionable behavior. The documentary was positioned not merely as a career move, but as a mission to pull back the curtain on a culture of silence. 50's campaign, framed by him as one of truth and accountability, placed Diddy at the center of a storm he could no longer control. With each tease of the documentary, public anticipation grew, and the stakes for all involved became even higher. For many, this signaled that the battle was no longer about lyrics or social clout. It had become a fight over legacy, influence, and the power to shape history. Pop singer Jason Derulo unexpectedly entered the fray when he commented on Diddy's legal woes, stating that individuals should be treated as innocent until proven guilty. While his statement seemed diplomatically neutral, 50 Cent interpreted it as an affront to his ongoing efforts and responded with characteristic bite. The rapper took to social media to mock Derulo, making suggestive references to alleged tapes and warning him not to insert himself into matters he didn't fully understand. Derulo, in turn, defended his position, but the online backlash and 50's continued targeting served as a stark reminder of how polarizing the conflict had become. Fans warned Derulo about the consequences of engaging with 50, a figure known not only for his influence, but for his persistence in dismantling opponents both publicly and privately. This skirmish, though brief, underscored a key dynamic. The battle was no longer confined to those directly involved. Commentary from outsiders risked pulling them into a vortex of exposure and retaliation, and the message was clear: speak on this war, and you might become part of it. Complicating matters further was the unexpected involvement of Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend and the mother of his son, who was named in legal documents alleging collaboration with Diddy in illicit schemes. The accusations shocked fans and brought personal relationships into sharp focus. 50 responded with his usual flair for digital confrontation, publicly trolling Joy and calling her loyalty into question. In response, Joy released statements accusing him of past abuse and absentee parenting, sparking a contentious back and forth that spilled across platforms. The situation quickly turned from industry beef to a deeply personal war involving family, credibility, and emotional trauma. As accusations flew from both sides, fans and followers found themselves divided, unsure who to believe, but riveted by the drama. This development illustrated how deeply the feud had penetrated the lives of those connected to the key players. It was no longer just about Diddy, 50, or Eminem. It had drawn in those on the periphery and raised difficult questions about exploitation, revenge, and the price of public conflict. The most dramatic development came when federal agents conducted coordinated raids on Diddy's properties in Los Angeles and Miami. The sheer scale of the operation, involving armored vehicles and multiple teams, suggested more than routine investigation. While official details remained scarce, the optics alone were damning, and 50 Cent seized the moment to frame the raids as proof of everything he had claimed. "They don't raid like that unless they know," he stated, a line that went viral across multiple platforms. For many, it seemed like a turning point, the moment when whispers of misconduct transformed into undeniable legal scrutiny. The raids lent credibility to the allegations swirling around Diddy and added a chilling sense of finality to the saga. It was no longer a matter of public speculation or lyrical jabs. The federal government had officially entered the conversation, and with that, the story shifted from celebrity scandal to potentially historic legal reckoning. Amid the chaos, a revealing moment surfaced in a Vlad TV interview with Tony Yayo, who disclosed that 50 Cent had once attempted to sign with Bad Boy Records. According to Yayo, Diddy declined the offer due to concerns over 50 Street affiliations and rumored ties to notorious figures like Supreme McGriff. The decision at the time may have seemed prudent, but in retrospect, it marked a pivotal fork in hip-hop history. Rejected by Bad Boy, 50 went on to sign with Eminem and Dr. Dre, releasing Get Rich or Die Tryin' and becoming one of the most commercially successful and influential rappers of his era. This missed opportunity added a new layer of tension to the ongoing feud. What might have been a powerful partnership instead became a decades-long rivalry fueled by rejection, ego, and strategic dominance. The revelation also reframed Diddy's actions, not as random acts of conflict, but as consequences of a decision that may have haunted him for years. Fueling further speculation was the reappearance of a viral Snapchat clip showing Diddy dressed in a wig and behaving erratically at a private event. While some dismissed it as harmless, 50 Cent quickly capitalized on the footage, posting it alongside mocking captions and insinuations about Diddy's lifestyle and public persona. Fans dissected the clip with renewed intensity, linking it to long-standing rumors and matching it against lyrics from Eminem's lesser-known track Fuel, where cryptic bars hinted at industry manipulation and hidden power structures. Suddenly, what had seemed like playful trolling took on a conspiratorial tone, with audiences digging through archives, interviews, and songs for clues. The video became emblematic of a broader narrative, that beneath the glitz and glamour of the music world lies a network of secrets, power plays, and carefully managed facades. The public's appetite for these revelations grew, and 50 appeared more than willing to feed it. Perhaps the most tangible evidence that the feud had crossed into real-world territory came with reports of a physical confrontation involving Ray J and Diddy's sons outside a Halloween party. According to sources, the altercation stemmed from Ray J's public comments on Diddy's legal troubles, which had reportedly infuriated members of the Combs family. The incident escalated quickly, nearly turning violent before singer Chris Brown intervened and defused the situation. What made this event even more concerning was that it was the fourth known incident of its kind involving Diddy's sons, raising questions about whether these encounters were organic or orchestrated. Speculation mounted that Diddy may have been using his sons as enforcers or messengers in a larger campaign to protect his reputation and legacy. Industry insiders began whispering about manipulation and intimidation tactics, further muddying the waters. The video concluded by raising critical questions about legacy, power, and control. What exactly is Diddy trying to protect? And how far is he willing to go?